have to excuse my scruffy look this morning. Be forgetting to have a shave at the minute. It's that time of the year now. We're starting to get all our ponds and stuff up and running again out the back of the shop for all the outside ponds. We've got our toe size shipment coming in now, hopefully in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks, week to 2 weeks anyway. We'll need to get all the heaters and stuff checked out and up and running and things like that. We've got one of our grow on ponds. The heating's been switched off in them for the last, what, four months nearly. And I went and switched the heater on earlier this week, and it kept coming up with an inverter fault. So unfortunately that has packed in. I've sent me out a new inverter pack, or the PCB board or whatever it is, to change it out. Thankfully it's still under warranty, so it's not going to be that expensive, just really a bit of time. So it's this board. I'll just flick this around here. It's this board here that we'll have to replace. It's probably going to be a bit fiddly to try and get all these out. I've got to literally strip the whole heat pump. You can see a bit of algae in the front. That's just from sitting in here where it's all closed in under the trees over the winter. But so I've taken the lid off so far. I've got to take all these front panels off. This top bit's got to come off, this bit's got to come off, and that's the board sitting in there. So then we've got to take all these bits apart and get all the cables out and stuff like that. And we'll give it a bit of a clean while we're in there. Lovely big spider rummaging about in there. Yeah, give all this a good clean out. That means we can get the whole thing back up and running again. I need to get the temperatures up so I can make sure the fish are all okay, and maybe get a few treatments done, some scrapes and stuff like that. But we'll get this board changed out now, and that'll allow me to get the heating. With other heat pumps in around behind here, they're just straight on off heaters. They're not inverters, so they're a lot more simple, a bit more expensive to run, but a lot less to go wrong with them. Yeah, so I'll start stripping this out and get it all changed now. Yeah, so it's not as easy as I was led to believe it would be, but I think we've got that all changed out now, and I'm going to try switching it on. Hopefully I don't blow the heat pump up completely. You see that? Yeah, it's quite a mess of wires in there, but everything's all sort of closed back up again, taped up again, and everything has the right connectors on it, hopefully. So shouldn't be any large pops or bangs when we switch this on. I'll finally can get the heat running again in this pond. Yeah, so I've the front back on this. I'll give this all probably a good clean out whenever I get it up and running again, get that algae off the front of it. But I've just noticed this is where the area where the bead filter would empty out over all of last summer. It's supposed to drop away into a storm drain thing down here below, but it's all got blocked up with rubbish, so I'll have to give that a bit of a clear out now too as well. And then we just get this back on. Yeah, so because this is a new PCB and stuff, a new board and everything's got into the heat pump, we're going to have to reset the minimum set points on these. Most people that keep koi sort of want to be able to heat the pond at maybe 10 or 12 degrees, but these come with a minimum set point, I think, of 15 on them. So you just need to change the set point on them. I'll just do that now. So if we go back to the settings, 66 takes us into the parameters, and we'll just look for R10, I think it is from memory. I know it's up in the R parts of the settings. R108, cool, minimum heat, yeah. So it's set for 15 and we set that for 10. Very rare I'll actually have it set for 10 because I think it probably makes the compressor work a bit too hard when it gets down to that 10 degrees. So that's it now, set for, you just see there, 10 degrees. The maximum cooling's 35, maximum heat 35. Probably set that for 29. We'll never have that. Oh. 10, maybe you can't change that. Try changing that to, yeah. So 29, yeah. So that means nobody can set this any higher than 29. I'll just take that back out now. And that's it running now for the, have it set for 15 degrees. I'll probably actually bring that down a bit. I don't want it to go up, water's only sitting at 8 degrees at the minute, so I don't want it to go up too quickly, so I'll set that to 12. And then the next day or so I'll come back out and change it and set it up to 15. And just have a look and see what the temperatures are doing. So it's taking a while to run up the temperature now. It's 8.5 in, 9 degrees out. That'll change up to probably 9.5, 10 in the next 5 or 10 minutes once the compressor gets up to speed. But yeah, so that's it done. I'll probably change, actually I want to just go in and check the heat set points on it, so that like the differential, so if it's like 1 degrees or 2 degrees from this temperature, whether it switches on and off. I wanted to get it down to about half a degree, so I'll just go ahead and change that. And then it's back up to the R settings. I think it's R, yeah, so R4 temperature difference. We can set the point 5, power off temperature point 0.52, I think. Oh, no, sorry, power off temperature difference 1. And it's actually this one here. I need to change the, sorry, the power on difference. Yeah, so that's it, all set now for that. Fingers crossed, that should be it all done. Just need to give this area here a good clean out now. Get all that rubbish away and give the heat pump a good clean down and get the front of it back on again. And hopefully that'll run away for the summer now. Yeah, so back inside now. This is the ponds that the heat pump's running. Actually, I have it set up so that you can heat just this pond on its own, or with a change of a few valves I can do this one as well. If you look just here behind me, there's a black hose coming in. That actually runs from the other pond through this pond, and there's a skimmer up in the far corner which runs and is connected to the drum filter. I can switch both of those off so I isolate this pond on its own, or with that hose running there's water circulating through the two ponds, so that means that the one heater will run both of them. Obviously if I've got new fish coming in or something like that, I'll just isolate them into this pond and have this separate. But yeah, so with all these guys that going on from last summer, I think there's about 130 or 140 Mesa in that pond and this pond together. This is all the Gosangi stuff for Mesa, Marado and Shintaro. All this stuff sort of Yamazan, Otsuka, Marasaka. Might be a couple of other bits and pieces in there, but that's the majority of it. So I'd say we'll get that heating's on now. Very fancy thermometer here, so it's sitting at 7.9. at the minute with no heating. Hopefully by tomorrow or so that temperature will be up to, probably later on today actually, it'll probably be up to 12 degrees, 10 or 11 degrees. And then once it's set like that for a couple of days, we'll knock the temperature on up to about 15 or 16. We'll probably run through a load of scrapes in these fish, test the water and get them back on a bit of food, and then I can start getting them all photographed them up onto the website. Yeah. We'll say we've got our shipments coming in as well from Japan over the next couple of weeks. It's just a matter of getting this. All these tanks have all been cleaned, they're sterilised. We'll run a load of Vercon and stuff through all the systems just to sterilise them before the new stuff comes in. And that's probably one of the most exciting times of the year now, where we've got all our spring stock coming in and we can start to see we're near the end of the winter. It'll be great to see it. So probably the next video we'll see of these is us videoing of all the koi, getting some photographs done and stuff like that. But if you've been this far watching it, thanks a lot. Cheers, bye.